Hello everyone and welcome to this week's game devlog on The Stars Our Destination, a turn-based strategy flight game. This week was better than last week, but still could be better. Let's get into it. Finally got around to this. A lot of it was small improvements. The ship no longer passes through the player, but it adjusts its speed to a certain point when the player is slowing down. It'll still run into the player, but only if they slow down to a crawl. Hopefully it should be fine. I also added a new state for the enemy, the somersault recover. In Star Fox, there's a state where enemies reorient themselves after being caught in a somersault and try to get back to the player's backside.
What the heck?
Currently, it's just go straight for a few seconds and then see if they should go back to their waypoints or follow the player. Still more to be done, but one thing at a time. While implementing the two features I mentioned, I realized that I didn't make a death function for the enemies. The enemy would just stay in midair, just stop. So I made a placeholder particle explosion and made the enemy turn itself off instead of just being destroyed. Save some memory and processing that way. I'm so sick of UI navigation. Hopefully it's the last time in a while, fingers crossed. In the last devlog, I made it so that the choices were button-based. That was mostly for prototype purposes. I've instead went a different route and added a traditional choice dialogue system. When the player interacts with the NPC, it'll transfer its choices/events to the UI dialogue handler, and take them away when the player gets out of the interaction box. This will make it easy for me instead of just hard-coding every single choice/dialogue box for the entire game. The next challenge when it comes to this specific feature is to make data for individual parts of the dialogue depending where the player is in the story of the entire game. Don't need to worry about that just yet, just getting things built at the moment. I should preface that I don't intend the system to have a choose-your-own-adventure sort of options like Mass Effect, or any of the games by the Telltale Games. I just wanted to function as a way to flesh out some of the characters later down the line. Next thing to do is to clean up the code as it goes when making a new system. Documentation and splitting it up into separate scripts, all that. On a smaller note, I polished the minimap. I don't know if I ever showed the minimap before, I just had it hidden for a while because I had to focus on other things. I just made it as simple as possible with the camera looking above it all, with sprites only it can see. I also made a minimap sprite script just to keep it from rotating and looking too distorted. I need to make the camera pixel perfect, obviously. It'll also turn itself on in play mode because editing it in editor mode can be a little distracting. Small victories. Next on the chopping block is getting the strategy screen win and lose conditions and redoing some of the battle music and making the hub world music. I'm getting there. That'll be it for this week. Subscribe or feel free to join the Discord server if you like what I'm doing. Let me know if you have any questions or feedback. Take care of yourselves and have a good week.